I had no idea his toxic family dynamics would become my marital prison for 5 years. I ignored these 5 truths, and they nearly destroyed me before I finally found the courage to walk away. When you fall in love, you see the person, not the family system they come from. I thought his family's dysfunction was just quirks I could navigate. But what I didn't understand was that marrying into a toxic family means you're not just dealing with difficult people, you're entering a system designed to keep everyone trapped. Let me share the 5 truths I wish someone had told me before I said I do. The first thing I ignored was this brutal reality. No matter how much you love someone, you cannot fix their relationship with their toxic family. 6 months before our wedding, I watched his mother criticize everything about him at a family dinner. His job, his apartment, even how he chewed his food. He sat there, silent, taking it. Afterward, I said, "Why do you let her talk to you like that?" He just shrugged. "That's how she is. She doesn't mean it." I told myself, once we're married, once he has his own family with me, he'll finally stand up to her. My love will give him the strength he needs. But 5 years later, nothing changed. He still sat silent while she criticized. He still defended her with, "That's just how she is." Because the dysfunction wasn't about me or my love. It was a pattern decades in the making, and I was never going to be powerful enough to break it. The second truth I ignored was that holidays in toxic families aren't about connection. They're about control and performance. Our first Thanksgiving as a married couple, I suggested we split the day. Lunch with his family, dinner with mine. His mother called him in tears. "So I'm not important anymore? You're choosing her family over me?" He caved immediately. We spent the entire day at his parents' house. My family ate without us. This became the pattern for 5 years. Every holiday, every birthday, every celebration was dictated by his mother's emotional manipulation. And if I pushed back, I became the villain. His sister would say, "Why are you trying to tear this family apart?" His father would give me the silent treatment for weeks. I learned to just surrender. Every holiday became a performance where I played the grateful daughter-in-law while dying inside. If you've ever felt guilty for wanting to skip a family gathering, drop a comment. You're not selfish. You're protecting your peace. The third truth, and this one broke me repeatedly, was that any boundary you set will be twisted into an attack on the family. After 2 years of marriage, I finally found the courage to say, "I need us to have one weekend a month that's just us. No family obligations." It was a simple boundary, healthy even. But his mother called it selfish. His sister posted on social media about people who marry into families and try to change everything. At the next family dinner, his aunt said, "Marriage is about sacrifice. Why are you making him choose between you and his family?" And my husband? He said, "Can't you just compromise? They're not asking for much." But here's the thing. In toxic family systems, any boundary is too much, because boundaries threaten the dysfunction. They expose that the system only works when everyone plays their assigned role. And my role was to submit, smile, and never ask for anything. The fourth truth, and this is the one that finally opened my eyes, was that when it really mattered, he would always choose them over me. We were trying to have a baby. I had a miscarriage at 10 weeks. I was devastated, grieving, barely holding myself together. His mother called the day after it happened and said, "Well, maybe it's for the best. You two aren't really ready to be parents anyway." I was shattered. I needed him to defend me, to tell her that was cruel and unacceptable. Instead, he said, "She's just trying to help. She doesn't know how to comfort people." I looked at him through my tears and asked, "When will you choose me? When will I matter more than keeping her comfortable?" And he had no answer. That silence told me everything. I could be bleeding, broken, begging for protection, and he would still prioritize not upsetting his mother. That's when I knew. I wasn't in a marriage. I was in a hostage situation where his family held all the power, and I was just collateral damage. Hit the like button if you've ever felt like the outsider in your own marriage. I see you. The fifth truth I wish I'd known was that leaving him wouldn't just mean losing a husband, it would mean losing an entire family system, even the parts I'd grown to care about. His younger brother was kind to me. His grandmother always asked about my day. There were moments, small ones, where I felt seen by certain family members. When I finally decided to leave, I grieved those connections too. His brother stopped returning my texts. His grandmother sent me a card that said, "I'm praying you come to your senses," because in toxic families, there's no such thing as neutral. You're either in or you're the enemy. I had hoped some of them would understand, would stay in touch, would acknowledge that I wasn't the villain. But the system closed ranks. I wasn't just losing my husband. I was losing every relationship I'd built in that family for 5 years. Which of these 5 truths hit hardest for you? Drop a number 1 through 5 in the comments. Let's talk about it. Looking back, these truths were never hidden. I just wasn't ready to see them. I thought love would be enough. I thought I could be the exception. But toxic family systems don't have exceptions. They have roles. And my role was to shrink, submit, and stay silent. The moment I chose myself over that system was the moment I got my life back. If you're in this situation right now, please hear me. You're not breaking up a family. You're breaking free from a system that was never designed to let you thrive. If this resonated, subscribe. I share stories about breaking free from toxic relationships and family pressure every week. And drop a comment with which truth you wish you'd known sooner. You're not alone in this.